Hey, welcome to our Sunday Live 7 p.m. And in today's session, we're going to talk about if the drop shipping really works or not. And I'm going to be discussing the drop shipping pros and cons with the CEO of DSM Tools. So I hope he's going to be with us very soon. I just sent the StreamYard link over to him, and for those who don't know me, my name is Zain Shah, and on this channel, we talk about how to make money online from the platform like eBay, Amazon, Shopify, stuff like that. So if you're new to this channel, consider subscribing. And today we're going to talk about if the drop shipping really, really works or not. What are the pros and cons of drop shipping? And also, we have the guest today inside with us. So hopefully, he is with us. So let me pull him up on the screen if he is ready. Uh, there you go. Hey, how are you, man?
Hey Zain, how you doing? Can you see me? I'm not sure if you can see me.
I can see you, but your picture is actually, yeah, I can see you now. I can see
Hey,
you now. Yeah.
well, it's great to
So,
be on the channel. Thank you for
oh,
hosting me.
I mean, it's lovely to have you. Always, I mean, I wanted to have somebody with me who can tell the other side of story. I don't want to be like a one-man army who always talk bad about drop shipping. So it's good to have a productive debate always. I mean, I'm always open to it. So first
I,
of all, can you
it,
tell us?
it is a debate, right? So we're
Yeah,
expecting people in the audience to vote on what they think as well. So you guys that are watching this, participate either in the chat or later on in the comments below. Let us know what you guys think about what we're saying about dropshipping, because we're going to show all kind of pros and cons of both sides,
yeah,
and we want to hear your opinion as well.
sure. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself first?
Yes, of course. So my name is Kfir. It's a little bit unpronounceable name. It's because it comes from the Hebrew word for a cub, for a baby lion.
Okay,
And as I said, it comes from the Hebrew word. So I live in Israel. I live 30 minutes from Tel Aviv.
okay,
And in 2015, I was a student, and my brother came to me and he said to me like, listen, I found this thing, it's called dropshipping on eBay. I think we can make money with it online. I was a broke student. I was like, all right, sure. I see my camera keeps freezing. I don't know why, but maybe I'll
we
try to
can.
do it later.
We can hear you. If you want to restart your system, that's absolutely fine because we are kind of like warming up at the moment. And
It's okay.
I really want to have this debate. I mean, because I
Yeah,
have
yeah.
an audience. I have audience who are interested in drop shipping, and I always discourage them. So I don't want to be only one person who always talk about the cons of this one. So uh, when you adjust the camera, I will take you back up on the screen. So the topic for today is like, is drop shipping really, really worth? Would you consider doing drop shipping? What are the pros and cons of drop shipping? So we're going to talk all about that in this session. Let's see how is in the house. Yo, man, how are you? You okay? Remember me from the last week? Yes, I do remember you from the last week. So today we're going to talk about the drop shipping, see if it's worth or not. So let's see. Oh, we have you back on now?
Yeah, I think that what we're going to do is
Okay.
just if the camera freezes sometimes, just let it freeze and then it will come back. As long as the voice works, it doesn't really matter, right?
Yeah, that
All right.
that's fine. No problem.
Yeah. All right. Anyway,
So
so I was in the middle of my introduction. So
yeah.
I'll say that I was sorry. It was 2015. My brother came to me. He said to me, "Let's do drop shipping on eBay." And what he wanted to do is resell products from Amazon on eBay. And he found
Okay.
this course online. And I said, "All right, let's do it." I started doing it, and it took me about 48 hours before I stopped. And I said to
Okay.
him, listen, it's nice, it's cute and everything, but it's really, really complicated to do that. The software that we were using back then was like, it was like using Windows 95 when iPhone X exists, the technology of iPhone X, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there was simple things that we've developed. So I'm doing fast forward. We decided to develop a software for that niche of eBay dropshipping,
Okay.
and our software went viral. It basically became the industry standard. It was taught by almost any course around the world that teaches how to do dropshipping on eBay. And a lot of changes since then happened in the market, and we're probably going to talk about the eBay dropshipping policy that came out in 2019 later in this video.
Yeah.
But in 2016, when it was super hot, and then we became all viral. But I'll give you one example for something that didn't exist back then, and we've created like a page that shows you your orders. Like when you make a sale on eBay and then you need to process that order from another website, let's say Amazon back then, or today mostly AliExpress, then like it wouldn't exist. And we've developed it, and it was like, like bringing something so new to the market that I think that's kind of what caused our software to go viral and blow up.
Okay,
and that's what I do since then. I own a software company for eBay dropshipping.
Sure. So we definitely gonna be like kind of dissecting each and everything right here, because most of my audience, as you can see, I mean, I'm a hardcore guy. I openly talk about drop shipping. I don't care about people really believe in it or not. So you can see I'm an extreme left person. I talk openly against it always. So it's good to have a person who have another side of views and who will talk about it. So let me ask you the first question. What is eBay dropshipping for the people who don't know?
All right. I think it's a great question to start with. And I want to define what dropshipping on eBay is by showing you an example of what it is. All right. So I'll share my screen. Am I allowed to share my screen?
Sure.
I'm also going
Sure.
to change my camera. I think this one will work better.
That's absolutely fine.
I don't look as good on the new camera that I'm going to put in a second. Let's let it come on. Okay, yeah. You see, I don't look as good, but at least it's streaming well. Oh, never mind, guys. Anyway, so I'll share my screen, and I want to show something very, very simple. Wait, come on, let me share my screen, StreamYard. All right, here it is. Tell me when you can see the screen, and when you can see this product on eBay.
I can see your screen, so let me, yeah. Ooh, okay. So, okay, well, I think, yeah, so let me put your screen back on.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, go ahead.
So now everyone can see it, right? Guys, comment in the section that comment.
Yes.
So dropshipping on eBay is basically, and I'm not like there is, I can do a 4 hours discussion now about what it is, but the basics of it is to manage to find product on one website that is not eBay, and then try to resell them on eBay. And I have this product here, and like I literally found it 5 minutes before we started the session, and and what I care about when I'm looking for products is like what you care about, I guess what you care about as well when you look for products, which is demand.
Look, I have to stop you here. It doesn't matter what I care about. It doesn't matter what people care about. It doesn't matter what you care about. What matter most is what the customers care about. So that's what I wanted to add. So go ahead.
Okay, thank you. And keep stopping me every time that you hear me making.
I am a rude guy. I told you openly before we had this one, and I'm very because if you go out with me and we have a dinner, I'm not gonna let you pay. But when you come to have a debate with me, I'm a hardcore guy. I'm telling you in this advance. So you probably anyway. Go on.
All right. So so you know what? Let's analyze it together. How can I tell that there is demand to this product? What made me think that there could possibly demand and people want to buy this product right now?
Okay, so that's demand for this particular product you're talking about.
Yeah.
So if we see the demand for that particular product, of course, we have to see some kind of tools where we can analyze how the sale is nowadays. And then,
But look, there is something far more basic. I don't want, like we said it on the, I come here and I represent the dropshipping software, but actually I want to give you guys everything except of a manual about how to use the dropshipping software. That's irrelevant. If you want to get it, go sign up to DSM Tool. You'll get all the guides. What I want to show here is the basics of it. Look, 3 views per hour, 34 times sales. Sold times.
Look, the thing that the thing I talk about just screen sharing, because we don't know what actually goes behind it. How much, it's not easy to sit here and calculate the logistics in the terms of postage cost, in the terms of sourcing. So what we want to focus on most of the time, is it actually worth? I mean, would the people go ahead and really try doing dropshipping as compared to buying the product and doing like an old-fashioned way, what you call it. So the question that I wanted to ask, particularly here, why people would go for dropshipping as compared to buying a product physically and then shipping it to the customer?
I'm getting there. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Look, this is viewed 3 times per hour, and it has been sold 34 times. Let's click on it. When you click on the amount of times that the product has been sold on eBay, you can see when was it sold. Now we're on October 18th, and it has been sold on October 14th, and then on October 10th, and on October 5th, October 4th, October 4th. You get the picture. In the first 30 days, it has been sold again and again and again. Now, let's look where the next thing I want to see is where is it sourced from, and where is it being shipped from. And I see that when I go to the shipping and payments, which shows me the item location on eBay, I see that it's located in Shanghai, China, meaning that this seller is shipping this product from China, selling it for $33.43. He sold it 34 times. We all saw that it's selling again and again and again. And if I could potentially find that same product on another website for cheap enough so it would be profitable for me, then I would have a dropshipping opportunity. And this is exactly what I've done. I found the exact same product on AliExpress. I even chose the same color just to show you, because there is a price. You see there are different colors here. They come in different prices. That exact same product on AliExpress with free shipping to United States via AliExpress standard shipping. And there is also another shipping option, which is called ePacket, which is typically faster than standard shipping, but not this time. This time you can see it. Yeah.
Because you bring up this product, I can't see a screen clearly. What is the price of AliExpress at the moment? Can you tell me? $21. And how much this product is selling on eBay?
$33.43.
Okay, so that's, I mean, okay, so let's talk about this, because you wanted to talk about the product, right?
Yeah. Okay, look. Here's the calculation of the profit.
Okay, so it's going about
$7.28.
So it's going for 33 cents. 33, right?
Yeah.
Do you think the people living in America or people living in UK would spend $33 on a watch that they don't know the brand of?
Well, I mean, maybe a lot of people don't. You know what? Let's hear what let's hear what you guys think in the comments while I'm answering them.
Well, anybody in the comments would spend $33 on a watch that they don't know the brands. I mean, can you tell me in the comments?
Would you spend that money?
I wouldn't. Of course.
Me neither, by the way. But dude, there are 34 sales. I mean, there is someone out there.
No. Okay, so you want to talk about we talked about the customer. Okay, let's talk about Amazon, what the Jeff Bezos says about it. Okay. 10 years ago, there was an because I mean, when we talk about the facts and statistics and everything, we have to take an example of somebody who's been there and done it. You understand? So, I mean, when I talk about Jeff Bezos, you and me and all the people inside the chat would agree he's the guy who knows about e-commerce, right?
All right, yeah.
Okay, so first of all, what he talk about, and he say the thing about the people, I mean, when you sell something online, you're not selling a product, you are selling value to the people. That's how everything works inside the world as well. So if you go and work for McDonald's, if you go work anywhere you want, you provide some kind of value to them, and in exchange, they will actually give you in the terms of cash or payment. So that's how it works, right?
Mhm. All right.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what the customer cared about most when they buy something on Amazon, number one, what they cared about, how cheap it is. I mean, don't forget, people care about the price. I'm a price conscious person, you're a price conscious person, everyone
That
is.
might be the reason why they would buy that watch. I mean, $33.43 is far cheaper than most smartwatches that are branded.
Again, I said we have to go into detail for the products, but let's skip the product at the moment. And
Okay.
then they care about how fast the delivery is. That's the number two thing. Number three, people talk about the options, like how much option they are going to have. So as an e-commerce seller, when I sell something, I care about providing these three value. I care about the price. I compare about giving multiple options to the people in the terms of color, in the terms of price or whatever. And then the third thing, but I will care about shipping it really, really fast. So now, because these are not principle made by me, these principles are made by the person who is the richest person in the world, who own Amazon, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, so let's talk about the watch. You've given me example of the watch. How long will it take from China to UK to deliver that watch, or to US? How long it will take?
You want to say? Should I share my screen and show, or should I just?
Yeah, no, just let me know. Like, just let
Yeah,
me know how
I'll
long
tell
it
you
will
in
take.
1 second. You're from the UK, right?
Yeah, so I want to see how long it will take to go in the US or anywhere in the Europe, because that's the market we're gonna touch.
Okay, so before that, I just want to say cheers because that's a Scottish single malt over here.
Okay.
Cheers, everybody. So it says here, and I just went on AliExpress. I clicked on the shipping section, and I entered United Kingdom to see how much time will it take to ship there. So there is a free AliExpress standard shipping that takes 20 to 40 days.
Do you
Definitely
think people
far
will
longer
wait
than
20 to 48? People
what
will wait that. People will wait 40 days for a watch.
they might under this. Yeah, for the specific watch that
No,
I
no, no.
found.
My
Yeah.
problem with the might is you can't build a business on the base of might. It is either yes or no. I mean, there is no if and but. Will the
Mhm.
people wait 22 to 44 days for a $33 watch, which they never heard of?
You are very rude.
I'm not
Yes.
rude.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Yes, of course. They would, yeah.
We are having a debate here, man.
Yeah,
Again, I
yeah,
tell
yeah.
you, you come to my house, we have a lunch. I will not let you pay for that. But once we publicly debating about something, I made it clear to you, and I said, look, I'm a hardcore person. I will sit here, ask you the question, and you might find it rude, and I apologize for them in advance. But this is the only way people will actually know.
I
Do you
really
agree?
appreciate that you're being honest about it. And I want to say, yeah, definitely people would have to wait 20 to 40 days for that product. I mean, it's not me, it's AliExpress. I can't change it, right?
Will people wait that long? Where you have Amazon Prime, which offer you next day delivery, okay? And if I go on Amazon Prime, I can probably find multiple watch which are priced less than £33.
Mm-hmm. Are
Will
you?
the people?
I mean, theoretically speaking, in
Yeah.
a perfect economy situation, I mean, I studied economy, the basics of economy, and when you study the basics of economy in university, you always learn, like always the graphs are representing a perfect economy situation. So in a
Okay.
perfect economy where everyone has all of the information and all of the knowledge about what is available in the market and what are the prices, what are the suppliers, what is the demand, etc., etc., no, nobody would ever do that. It's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. It's not branded. It takes longer to get there. Probably not.
I appreciate you actually accepted that.
Of
Okay.
course.
So
I
what
mean,
what
I consider myself a smart buyer, and I wouldn't.
no, I'm not smart guy either. I'm not smart guy either. I'm here
No,
to
not
learn
smart
from you.
guy, smart
I'm,
buyer.
Okay, yeah. So as a smart buyer, you wouldn't buy this product, which worth £33, take 40 days to come to your home, and then it's the brand you never heard of.
Hmm.
That's the biggest flaw, because the only products that you're gonna find cheaper are based in China. So having them over to UK or US. Look, when we're gonna sell online, we're gonna target the biggest market like US, UK, Germany. People have buying power here, right? I mean, people buy most of the sellers I know, they really target on US market as well. I mean, it's the biggest market. Buying power for the people is huge. People spend a lot of money. So what I want to talk about, why somebody drop ship from China where they have Amazon Prime. Why as a drop shipper, me as a person would start doing that? Because
So I'm trying to think of an answer that would when you have a supermarket in your neighborhood, two
yeah,
supermarkets, one next to the other, and in one of them there is, let's say they sell milk, all right, both of those supermarkets, and there are one really next door, one next to each other, and you went into one of those supermarkets and you see a milk, but on the other supermarket there is a better branded milk that costs less, that maybe comes with, I don't know, other benefits, has extra calcium, whatever. What would cause you as a buyer still take that milk in the supermarket? I'll give a hint that you're already in.
sorry, can you rephrase the question? You're saying there's a milk in a supermarket.
Right. There is a milk in the, you are already in one of those supermarkets, and in the
Okay.
supermarket next to you, there is a better milk that is cheaper, that is from a better brand, that has benefits like calcium, extra calcium, whatever there is in milk, that extra protein milk. What causes you to still buy, or what is the chance that you would still buy, or you know what? Is there a chance that you would still buy the milk from the supermarket that you first entered?
I know where you're getting there, because I know that. Let me ask you, because
Mhm.
buying a physical product in one store, I understand you were talking about, okay, people stick to eBay and they buy the products from eBay. Are
That's
you
not my
coming from
point.
that reference?
You're wrong. That's
Okay,
not my point.
okay,
In my opinion, the reason that you might buy that milk and not the milk on the supermarket next door is because you're lacking exactly what I was talking about, that markets in the real world and not in the perfect economy that you study in university has. You are lacking the
no,
information
no, no,
that
no.
that milk exists for cheaper on the other
Oh,
store.
okay. So we are not talking about 1980s here. There are the software. There are the websites who actually can compare the price across the many websites. So don't you think buyers are not stupid nowadays?
I I don't
I
think
mean,
anything. I'm showing you results. This product was sold 34 times in the past, I don't know, like
okay.
couple of times in the past days.
Let's talk. If you want to talk about facts, let's talk about facts, right? Why do
Mhm.
you think Amazon Prime is so successful?
Because it's brilliant. It's a brilliant program. First, Amazon is, it's like a pure profit program for them, because they don't, the margin is supposedly 100% because it's a subscription to the website of Amazon, and it comes with huge benefits for buyers. It comes with an entire ecosystem of products that are
Yeah.
related to it, that makes it so successful, uncomparable by any other service out there. That is why it's
Don't
so
you
successful.
don't you think being the fastest delivery, like same day or next day delivery, have a huge impact in Amazon Prime as well?
Say it again. I missed the last
Okay,
word.
so as an Amazon subscriber, I have Amazon Prime. If I order a product, chances are it will get delivered next day. Don't you think this feature provided by Amazon plays a very important role in Amazon Prime subscription?
Of course, probably the
Okay,
biggest problem. Then everything else
the
is just
biggest.
like,
Okay, so now let's talk about you're drop shipping something from China, where
Mhm.
you're going to find a cheap product, because according to the Jeff Bezos, we're talking about the facts, right? You talked about the facts, so you accepted it being the fast one is probably the reason Amazon Prime is so successful, right?
Right.
For the cheaper products, we have to go to China, right? I mean, because there you're going to find a cheaper product.
Yeah, most likely.
According to the Jeff Bezos, who is like a brilliant minded person when it comes to e-commerce, he say you have to think of three value that you have to provide to the people. Number one being the cheapest one, fastest one, and then giving a multiple option to the people. What kind of value the drop shipping is providing?
So, do you know Jamie Lennon?
Is it a kind of drop shipper?
No, it's the CEO of eBay.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. I don't know the guy's name.
I don't know him personally, but eBay is somehow still, although Amazon Prime exists, although all of those benefits that you're talking about exists, he still managed to run a corporate employing tens of thousands of people, being the second biggest marketplace in the world. Now, would you agree with me that eBay in 1995, so eBay was established in, I think, September 1995.
1994, and then I think Amazon was almost, there is a 1 year difference. There is no huge difference between both of them. Yeah.
But eBay in the beginning was much bigger, and when it was launched, its biggest value, and maybe even until today, its biggest value was never in the new
Amazon,
product. It was always in auction.
Amazon is 40 times bigger than eBay.
Today, but in the beginning.
Okay.
And eBay was never launched to be a retailer like Amazon. It has been launched to be a marketplace for auctions.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow, until today, eBay generates over $1 billion. Like it generates, it's still the second largest e-commerce website in the US. So how is it possible that if all of those facts are correct, it still generates traffic and sales? Supposedly, everyone are supposed to buy on Amazon. I mean, you buy on Amazon, I buy on Amazon. Why isn't everyone buying on Amazon?
Because the point, what the eBay is at the moment, eBay have kept their personalized kind of touch feeling for the buyer. So from a small businessman to a buyer with a personalized experience, Amazon have lost all that. So the reason people stick to the eBay, they are interested in bidding item on a used item. I mean, that's what the eBay reputation is nowadays as well. And also people want a personalized experience from the seller. So that's why the people who are not into personalized experience, they don't buy from they stick with Amazon. They don't go to the eBay as well.
Okay, so what you're saying is that somehow, let's say that we can name a couple of reasons. There is still traffic of potential buyers that is being generated on eBay, and therefore
it's a brand. Look, I don't understand how you're going to relate this example. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but eBay is a huge brand. It established in 1985. A 17, 18 or 19-year-old kid, people don't know who I am, right? People don't know who Zen Shah is. Everybody knows about eBay. So the reason eBay is generating a lot of traffic because it's a big brand. And the big brand don't die in one day, but you can see the decrease in the demand and growth since 1995 to now, where it's been 25 years. In 25 years, Amazon came in the market, and it's about 30 times bigger than eBay at the moment. In the terms of
what's
revenue.
the bottom line of that?
Yeah,
that at the conclusion part of explaining what is eBay dropshipping and who is it for, I always say that if you're planning on longevity for your business by only dropshipping on eBay, that's a very bad idea. I mean, eBay is continuously, since years, declining in traffic. You cannot expect eBay to be there in 10 years to create you a full-time income. If you expect eBay dropshipping to be completely profitable, you're like dropshippers. Like the concept, the way that you find products with dropshipping is by looking for other dropshippers and then copying the products from them. Like it's a rundown of profits. The profits are always being cut lower and lower. So as a viable business model, it's like you would think, what the hell? Why would anyone want to start it? But the value behind it, the reason that so many people, the reason that if you look at open Google Trends and maybe share the screen, show how eBay dropshipping is still growing, and since the pandemic, it's even going like crazy. It got a crazy boom, and the
I
reason is because it is such a beginners friendly. It's so easy to get started with it. It's such a low risk business. That's the
okay.
only value that it brings to the table. Because everything that you're saying definitely goes against why
Okay, so
do it. as a
let me give you my statement on when you talk about beginner friendly thing with no investment, right?
Mhm.
Once anybody who's gonna start selling on eBay or eBay dropshipping or Shopify dropshipping, they're gonna open a new eBay account. They're gonna open a new PayPal account. You know, when you open a new eBay or PayPal account, there going to be certain restriction on your account. So
Yeah,
you gotta have some money in the terms of investment in order for you to buy the stock from China for drop shipping or whatever
100%.
you want to do. Right? You're gonna have some money.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
you know
need
what I
it's
mean.
called working capital. You need what is called in accounting working capital.
Exactly. So
But it's
it's
not an
not
investment. It's different.
so it's not something that you can start without any investment, right?
But it's not it okay, yes, it's an investment, but it's the difference between, for example, dropshipping on eBay and dropshipping with the Shopify website is that when you dropshipping with the Shopify website, you advertise and you hope that people would see your advertisements, would click on them and make a purchase, and that is
Okay.
money that you invest and you don't know if you will ever see. But with eBay dropshipping, what except of paying for software and maybe an eBay store subscription, which is, yes, it's still an investment, so you can't have zero money when you're getting started. The money
Again,
is
I said,
invested in the business cycle. You're going to see that money back.
yeah, that's right. But again, if you talk about beginner friendly, anybody who have a little bit investment, and when they're gonna go look for the products to do the drop shipping, because even you say in your videos that drop shipping is not copy and paste job nowadays. Would you agree to that statement or not?
Yes.
Definitely. Okay. So don't you think the people need an investment to start the drop shipping business anyway? Why they don't really use their skills finding the product that they can physically buy from China in the bulk, because once you're going to buy them, they're going to be cheap. Bring them over to the UK or US or wherever you are. You're going to have more control over quantity. You're going to have more control over to your platform, right? You're going to have more control over return. And at the end of the day, you have to really invest money. Either you drop ship or you don't drop ship. So I can't seem to understand why drop shipping is beginner friendly then.
Let me say, can I answer that?
Sure, sure.
Okay, so when a professional e-commerce seller approaches the whole idea of sourcing products from China, for example, a professional, someone that knows that they want that control, they want the control over inventory, they want the control over the price, all of the things that comes with sourcing products in wholesale, which I think is an amazing thing. If you are able to do that, go ahead. It is the best way to grow. But, and here is the thing, but when you do that, there are so many more things that you have to deal with, such as a lot of, like, you have to understand exporting and importing. So that's another stage that you have to put in it. You have to, when you have to put that investment of whatever amount that it is that you have to invest in that inventory for one product, and your alternative is to drop ship 10 different products to see whatever of them is working for you or not. And then if something doesn't work, let's say 10 days, you didn't get a single view to your product. If you did it with something that you sourced 100 units of because you didn't do proper market research, then, well, you're stuck now with an inventory of products that you need to find a way to get rid of. But if you do it with dropshipping, all you have to do is delete that product from your store, and that's it, no commitment. And what I mean by beginners friendly is that it allows you, it gives you more room for mistakes as a beginner in the market research part. That's what I
Okay.
think that is the value of it.
I agree with you on that point. But my objection on that point is because if you are a beginner, then start with the right way as well. If you want to scale your business, you got to learn import and export all the time,
No
right?
doubt.
You if you don't go into it, you're not going to learn it
No,
because
that's the only people that say that you can do it without it, that post all of those videos of and zero investment, copy and paste. These are people
yeah,
that the only purpose for them to post those videos is to lure you to buy their
exactly.
courses, nothing more than that.
And that's what I think same about drop shipping as well, honestly. The people, because there is so much hype about drop shipping, and the reason because a 17, 18-year-old kid make a video on the YouTube talk about the drop shipping, the man have no financial sense whatsoever. And
Unfortunately.
no offense to anyone who is watching my video as in 17, 18-year old. I was dumb at that age as well. I accept it. And I'm still dumb today. I'm not champion. You know what I mean? So the thing that I'm talking about, if you are starting to look into drop shipping, why can't you spend that effort and time into learning how to import, how the export works, learn all the process, and then if you want to scale, because I have objection that you can't really scale drop shipping at the same time as well, because you can't do that.
Why not?
Okay, so I will tell you why not.
This was my question. This was my first question. I was like, you're saying that, I'm like, I 100% agree with you, but why not doing both?
Okay, so I tell you why not do both and why it can't be scaled.
Sure.
Okay, so the reason for that is you can't rely on a platform like eBay and Amazon for a longer run as well. You know, at the end of the day, you want to have more control over the business, and that's the way to go. If you wanna be a good e-commerce seller and you wanna build a reputation for yourself, eBay and Amazon platform like this are good to start with, no doubt about that, because a lot of traffic is coming there already. I mean, people trust that platform and they buy from it. But if you want to scale your business, at the end of the day, you have to build your own brand. You have to build your own reputation where you can drive traffic outside eBay or Amazon to your own website to scale the business.
Yeah.
In a drop shipping, you are not building a brand because in fact, you're not actually working for yourself. You are
No,
working for your
technical. It's
sorry.
technical arbitrage. That's all that it is. There's no
Yeah.
branding there.
There is no branding, and that's the biggest flaw in my mind, that if 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 17 and 18-year-old kid understand making money overnight is not a real thing, you have to work on building your brand realistically so people know who you are, and later down in the line after 25 years you're still not gonna go in the gutter because people know what the eBay is. Why not learn and spend and utilize your efforts on building and learning something positive which can give you the benefit in the longer run? What do you have to think about that?
What I want to say about that is, I have two things to say about that. First, to some people, for some reason, that seems just a good enough and reasonable reason. Maybe they don't look to scale. Maybe there are many reasons why they would still choose dropshipping, and these are the same people that not specifically them, but the fact that a segment from all of the people in the world that think about dropshipping, there is a segment, there is a percentage of them that are willing to take the downsides of dropshipping and still do that business, is the same way that as you've seen with the product on AliExpress, it has been sold 34 times, although it doesn't make any sense. So there is always, or at least there is currently, a segment of people that are willing to take the flaws and get the upsides of it. But the more fundamental perspective would be that when you're saying that they should learn import and export, I'm missing something far more important in my opinion, because import and export, to learn that in the business of dropshipping, that is what I consider as the easier part. I think that the harder part is to do what we call in the software business world the product market fit, to understand how to serve your audience. And I'll explain. Product market fit is when your product fit the needs of the market, then you see a growth that is usually a natural organic growth because you fit the needs of the market. Like what happened to us. We blew up, we became viral. What does viral mean? It means that our product was fitting the market of what people looked for. And in order to create a product market fit in your business, no matter if you're building a software or sourcing products from China or building your own brands and everything that you're talking about, which is a very advanced stage in the life of an e-commerce seller, the amount of knowledge that you need to gain is knowledge in import and export, like you said, but also in digital, also and mostly in digital marketing. For example, search engine optimization, which you have the opportunity to learn its basics and to perform it and to see it in your eyes working if you're starting with something like eBay dropshipping that doesn't require you everything else. And then you can learn from it. So that is one thing. other aspects of digital marketing can be, you talked about a brand. So today, when you're making sales on eBay or Amazon, eBay and Amazon doesn't provide you with the details of the customers. Actually, I made a video about the latest eBay seller update. It was just released a couple of weeks ago. And one of the updates there was that eBay now is not providing any more sellers with the email of the buyers. And in my opinion, the reason that they've done it is because they saw that when they provide the emails of the buyers, the eBay sellers have become smart enough of digital marketers in order to retarget those buyers and bring them to another website, let's say, that they built with Shopify, and they take traffic outside of eBay. And to be able to understand and analyze and be part of that world of digital marketing, it doesn't only take learning. It takes some experience. It takes some courage. It takes it takes time. That's mostly because, like, until you really get it in a deep level and you're able to build a brand, it just takes time. And I think that if you start with dropshipping on eBay, you have an opportunity to learn at least one aspect, the easiest one of all, the search engine optimization aspect, which is one. eBay dropshipping is built on two fundamental elements. One is the arbitrage between two markets, which is what I showed you, between AliExpress and eBay, different prices. And the second one is search engine optimization for the eBay search engine, improving titles, click-through rate. We can do a whole other video only about that. And when you are able to focus only on that, and you're right, it would benefit you to continue and learn more things like import, export, how to source products in bulk, how to negotiate with suppliers, how to employ people, to have virtual assistants, how to build an organization. If you have a brand, brands becomes organizations at some point. You need to learn how to hire people. So there's so many aspects that are starting to accumulate when you're building that business of yours, that being able to start from something small and become a little bit more professional in that, and then move on to the next steps, one might say that it's quite a healthy journey to go through.
Okay, so I might say, if you want to go to Jerusalem, why would you go to Gaza? If your destination is to go to Jerusalem, why you want to drive your car to Gaza?
Well, Gaza is kind of, who said that you're not driving still to Jerusalem? You can stop at Gaza on the way. It can be your first stop.
No, I don't know the demographics of Jerusalem and Gaza, because that's the two cities I know of. Okay, if it's in the middle, if it's in the middle, then my example doesn't fit here. But let me give you one example. If you want to go to US, why you want to go to UK first? If your destination is US, why you want to walk toward the UK first then?
What about all of the people that want to, for example, buy a cheaper ticket? Let's say they fly from Israel to the US and they found a cheaper ticket that flies through the UK. So they would have to stop in the middle. It would be less comfortable. It would if you're a business, you're even losing potential time because you would have more time in the US. Maybe you would be able to do more business there. But there's still a benefit for you, because let's say that you're a small business owner and you just started your business, then saving that money, like saving the money on inventory, speaking of, there are benefits that you might find by making that stop in the middle. Not to mention, by the way, speaking of, that if you're already stopping in the UK, maybe you'll find a way to do some business in the UK as well. Maybe you'll go on a day trip in London. There's nothing bad about that. The end of you keep referring to the end of the journey, and I'm telling you, listen, eBay dropshipping is not the end of the journey. It's the starting point.
Okay, so let's talk about starting point. You give an example of search engine optimization there, which is SEO, learning how to do your titles, learning how to do your things. The kind of reputation we have about dropshipping nowadays, from an internet or from a hype, whatever, do you think the people who are interested in dropshipping, do they gonna really pay attention to learning the titles, learning all those kind of things at the first place? How are they gonna, if you talk about as a beginner, there is a lot of margin to learn. The mindset will become of the quick grabbing kind of money in the beginning. So I don't think those people will actually really be interested in learning title, how to build your title, how to do your search engine optimization, how to write your description, pictures and everything. They just want to do copy and paste that makes us lazy at the end of the day, which doesn't work. So the start, I mean, from the whole point, the start is wrong. That's what I believe. What do you think about that?
All right, so I'll answer you with a practical answer. About
Sure.
30 minutes ago, I released a new video on our YouTube channel, and that YouTube video is called "How Come Dropshipping Works," and I explained there. I go very very deep into the concepts of retail arbitrage and search engine optimization, which is exactly what you're asking about. And when
Yeah.
I just emailed half an hour ago our users in DSM tool, and what I wrote in that email is that if you like, I opened the email by, do you think that as a professional you should as someone who is now becoming a professional, you should understand not only what to do and what to click on, but also the theory behind why does these things work, or what is the concept of digital marketing behind those things.
that that 15, 16-year-old kid is not interested in theory. So let me tell you that honestly. I mean, you and know, we both know as well. We can see the stats, we can see all that, we can do all the market research. What my problem is, and that's the same problem I have with the credit card companies as well. I tell them, do not give a 18-year-old credit card, because that dumb person don't know how it's going to
I
impact
agree
him
with you
in
so
a
much.
later life. You know what I mean? A lot of
Of
people I
course.
know, in their teenager they had a credit card, they done the stupid thing, and they couldn't really pay the bill back to them, and later in the life when they had to buy the mortgage, then they had to do that kind of stuff, then they sit down and regret. And who is the person behind all that? My whole problem is, when you talk about drop shipping, I say I'm not against it. I completely agree. It's a good startup if you want to learn. But the whole mindset of that, the whole mentality, the way we built the hype and mentality for the sake of views and selling stupid courses, it
Yeah,
that is wrong. That's
I
where that's where we misguide people. That's where we actually, I don't know what to say, but I will let you add into that.
so what I want to say is that I lost over the years a lot of potential customers to DSM tool because I literally I refused to do any type of marketing that, or at least to try to do as least as possible the type of marketing that is a hype type of marketing, where you just, every marketer eventually use some kind of techniques, but the level that we
Yeah.
use is so moderated in comparison to people in the industry of make money online and specifically dropshipping. And I it I was listening today to, I'm taking now a course that is called the brief history of mankind by Professor Yuval Noah Harari. He's teaching in Berkeley, I think. And he wrote a book called Sapiens, the brief history of mankind. And in there, he's talking about the rise of capitalism. How did the capitalistic system start at all? What is behind it? Like, it happened somewhere 400 years ago, where the first public companies were companies that were actually, like, the United States was how it's called, occupied by for-profit companies, not by any other country. Or same, by the way, for India. And the problem that rise from the capitalistic system is, or sorry, the driving fuel of the capitalistic system is the credit, the ability for big businesses to take credit from the markets, and their what's so called credit score, the trust of the markets back in them for them to repay their debts, has guys, it caused um, the British Empire to rise on the expense of the Spanish Empire that existed beforehand, because that the markets trusted the British system more than they trusted the Spanish system, and gave it more money and credit. The problem with all of this scenario and situation that I'm talking about, of credit creating the opportunity for growth in a capitalistic system, is that for that credit to run, for, like, people have to have people have to take credit in order to consume the products that are created from the growth that is created in the world, because there is overproduction. If 500, 600 years ago people were dying in hunger, I know that people are still dying in hunger, but relatively it's a problem that is far, far smaller these days. Then today the biggest problem is overproducing of products. And therefore, the products have to be consumed by someone, and the way for humanity to solve it is by doing marketing, and by doing marketing that promises things that are not going to exist, and pushing more people to take credit. And you mentioned those 16 or 18-year-old kids that are getting into loans and debts, and I am the biggest opposer to these practices of credit card companies, of online courses, of the industry of make money online that is based on, we're going to teach you how to make money online, but all you have to do is put $1,000 now deposit. It's a promised, a promised investment of yours. And what I try to do when I talk about dropshipping on eBay and is to look at the how it works level of things. When someone signs up to DSM Tool and they get their first guides on how to work with DSM Tool, the guides are technical guides that explains to them also why does those things work, what causes, what is the theory behind the practice. It's not, hey, go and copy that and paste it there. Yeah, there is some always like the guide on how to do it eventually is to copy and paste things. But the essence behind it is that actually, you know what? That actually, if you need to take a loan in order to start your business, and your alternative is to invest far, far less and start by dropshipping on eBay by only getting a software and learning how to do it. I mean, we teach for free how to do it when you sign up to DSM Tool. So only taking a software and some investment in working capital that you will see back because you're not investing in inventory. If you're in that stage in your life, then, I don't care what you're saying, man. Like, you shouldn't take a loan in order to invest in inventory before you try to raise that money by yourself, by putting your time and your effort in making profits and then investing those profits in inventory.
So two words that you mentioned, and I want to just give a little bit my opinion about it.
Sure.
First thing, the copy and paste. So people who will start dropshipping, they will, because it's lazy way and easy way to copy and paste. And you and me, we're sitting here, we both know algorithm like eBay, Google, YouTube have spent and invested a lot of money promoting the original content from the first place. So building your own title, building your own description, taking your own pictures. At the end of the algorithm, going to like that, and they're going to promote it based on if you have done your research, as compared to if you copy and paste from someone. I always tell the people, okay, well, taking bad pictures and writing a bad titles as compared to copy the title from another person is still better. Your bad titles are better than your copied title, because that's not the original content and algorithm doesn't promote that. So that's I wanted to talk about the copy and paste. And another thing, you talk about the free thing. Nothing happened free. Me and you sitting here, we're not talking free as well. The people who are watching us, the money is not coming from their pocket, but somehow somebody is paying us to do that. So
yeah, definitely.
Nothing happened free in this world. So that whole concept of making money free, that doesn't really exist. There is some kind of gain directly or indirectly from a person to person, right? If me and you talking to each other, I have some gain from you, you have some gain from me. So that's how it's worked. The free word is it's simply nothing is free.
I have to agree with you. You know what?
Yeah.
I feel bad for saying that even.
Say again?
I even feel bad for saying that when I was speaking about
it. Man, I don't know. Okay, so let's really go back to really drop shipping basics at the moment, because what I want to really discuss right here is step by step, when you go from one step to another step, what kind of challenges you have to face right there. So we talked about sourcing, and I talked about all that kind of thing. So but anyway, let's go about when you're drop shipping, how you actually deal with quality control.
Okay, that's a good question. The way for you to do quality control to begin with is definitely more limited than when you source products in wholesale.
Okay.
Having said that, because um, the methodology that I'm using or that I'm explaining to people how to do is, I'm going to speak specifically for beginners. The methodology that I recommend beginners to do is AliExpress to eBay dropshipping. And the reason that I chose AliExpress is because just like Amazon and just like a lot of successful retailers, AliExpress incorporated in their system a review mechanism that is both a review in the product level and a review in the seller level. So AliExpress is just like eBay. AliExpress is a marketplace. So you can find for the same product, you can find multiple sellers selling the same product. It's not a retailer that has only one product in their catalog. And then therefore, when you enter a product page, your ability to understand whether it's going to be a good product and a good seller are by, for the product, look at the reviews of the product, right? So we give some metrics to follow and we give recommendations, 4.5 stars and at least 100 orders and at least this amount of reviews.
And
But that's
how do you make, how do you make sure those reviews are legit? Because I can get you about 50, 100 reviews on one product. I mean, within a matter of seconds,
you
right
can't.
here.
You can't.
I
That's
can.
definitely the downside. No, not you can. You can't tell if these reviews
You,
are fake or not.
okay,
You're gambling.
so without failing and really looking at the product and testing it by yourself, you have to rely on reviews, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, but how easy to fake those reviews?
You tell me. I never tried. I don't know.
I mean, it take only seconds. I mean,
Yeah.
there are the people on eBay and Alibaba and Amazon, and that's I've been having this discussion in our Amazon community, and we are fighting against it about how the review system is built, which is completely unfair. I mean,
Mhm.
I mean, literally anybody can pay a couple of dollars and get the reviews on there. So if it's the reviews are only option, I really see the big flaw right there in a drop shipping. How you deal with that then?
Well, how do you know when you order a product before you source it in wholesale that you
We,
have the
we
capabilities to really check it thoroughly and to tell that it's a good
yeah.
product? Let's say a smartwatch. What, are you going to go through all over its functionalities?
Yes.
What if you're not capable of doing that? It might.
Well, if you're not capable of, then go do something else. That's what I will say. If somebody is capable of, the way to do that, first you get the sample, and when the product is manufactured, you send your quality tester there. You pay him 150 to 200 pound, who will go through thoroughly from each and every product. So that's the way to quality test, physically looking at the product. Because
Mhm.
you are buying thousands and thousands of products, you can afford to do that. But inside a drop shipping, it's just the one product, and you
Yeah,
have
of
to
course.
rely
You
on the
change the
views
product all the time.
with one product, and you have to rely on views, and reviews can be easily faked.
Right.
Is there any way to deal with that for someone who is interested in drop shipping?
So the answer is yes or no. Yes and no. And let me explain. The biggest advantage that dropshipping provides you over wholesale is that, and I mentioned it already, that in order to change your inventory, all you have to do is remove the products from your store. You never get stuck with inventory if you don't want to get stuck with that inventory.
Because you don't
And
have an inventory anyway, so you're not going to
exactly.
be stuck with anything.
So the downside is that, as you said, you might encounter products on AliExpress that have fake reviews. But the upside is that it will take one angry customer to find it out. So your customers are your testers, which is a horrible thing, but it is what it is. But as soon as that customer complains, you can remove the product from your store and you're not stuck with the inventory. you are stuck with an angry customer, and if you're stuck with a negative feedback, it will affect your store negatively. You will get less traffic from eBay when you get negative feedbacks. So that's a risk that you are taking when you're deciding to work in that business model. But to say that there is zero quality control and you're now stuck forever with this product would also not be correct.
That's an excellent business model right there, isn't it?
Test it with
I'm
your customers.
I'm sorry. I mean, look, anybody who is drop shipping on eBay, they're fairly gonna have a new account, right?
Mhm.
I mean, if the customer that you deal with every single day, I mean, your software customer,
Yeah.
I believe they're fairly gonna have a new account. I mean, 500, maybe 1,000 or 2,000 feedback, new
Talking about
account.
cases. These
Sorry.
products that has fake reviews that are going to get to your customers, then the customer will be angry. All of that.
Yeah.
That's an edge case. It's rare. We
If
don't
you
see
get
them. You know how many
okay,
cases I've seen in 4 years and tens of millions of products being sold by our customers? Zero. Never heard of anything like that. Potentially, it's possible. Theoretically, it's possible.
yeah.
Effectively, you just don't see those cases.
Okay, well, I have to take your words for that because we don't have any kind of
That's why I
evidence.
answered first theoretically, but then I give
Okay,
the
okay,
empirical.
okay, so, but I was trying to say they're fairly gonna have a new eBay account. So if they're gonna get a feedback, I mean, negative feedback because of the quality of the product, then it's gonna really impact them their overall rating as a seller. So that's
Yeah,
what I want to. Before I move on to the next thing, how do you deal with the return when you have an issue with the quality control when you're drop shipping them?
I'll explain. It's fairly technical. So, okay, let's um, when
You want to
since
take you want to take a break? Honestly, I think I'm really grinding you right here. But listen,
no,
man,
very good.
I I
I'm just,
I huh?
I'm just about to explain. Don't worry, I'm good.
Yeah,
Returns on because I need to start from an earlier stage. That's why when you
sure.
set up returns, the settings for returns, I have an article about the recommended settings or how to prepare your store for dropshipping, your eBay store for dropshipping. And
Tell
one
us a
of the
bit
things
about
that
it.
I said again.
I said, tell us a bit about it, like how the return setting should be.
I'm getting there. So
Hmm.
there are a lot of settings. I'm not going to go over everything. I'm going to focus only on the return part. Since I think it was October 2018, eBay almost killed the dropshipping community on the returns side when it created a new feature that is called automatic returns. Are you familiar with the change that happened in 2018? Have you
Yeah,
noticed? Yeah. Okay. So suddenly, out of the blue, returns were approved automatically on eBay, and buyers started getting return labels printed with the return address in your eBay account.
yeah,
And what would happen to dropshippers is that the labels would contain their personal addresses, and products
yeah,
would get literally back to their houses. Was a big mess. And the way that was found around it is to enable a setting on eBay that is called RMA number that allows you to send by yourself the return label to your buyer. And what you do when that happens, when someone opens a return request on eBay, your return policy when you set it up is set up for AliExpress dropshipping. It's different from if you decide to dropship from local retailers. But let's say that you dropship from AliExpress. What you do is you approve. You either don't approve returns at all, and then only the automatic returns are approved. And I'm going to explain in a second what you do when that happens. Or you approve returns, but what you do is you set the returns that the buyer pays for the shipping for the return. Now it's bad customer service because you become far less competitive than competitors on eBay. But anyone that would ship products from China would typically have either no returns at all policy or returns on the buyer's expense, and therefore you're only less competitive in comparison to local suppliers, not in
um,
comparison to people
I'm,
that sell.
I'm sorry. Did you say return not accepted or return on the cost is goes on to the buyer? Is it really possible to do on eBay?
Yeah,
No,
it's
you
called
can't have. Yeah, sorry.
It's called business policies. According to your business policies, you can say no. Wait, but there are specific cases when it's not possible.
Yeah,
So You can set it up, but there is something that is called automatic returns on eBay. And those automatic returns are when the product, let's say, never arrived, so you have to refund your buyer, or when a product arrived, but it's the wrong product, or arrived, but it's broken. All of those cases that are 90% of the returns, which are not the, hey, I want to return just because I want to return,
Yeah.
will have to be covered. So this is why we have to separate between the two cases. So for the, let's start with those. For
So
the
one case, okay, so let's make it simple. One case is because the buyer think it's a seller fault, and the other thing, the buyer think, okay, I just want to return this product because I don't like it, because that's how eBay divide them as well.
Right. And the,
Yeah,
the second one is optional. You don't have to give it to your buyers.
yeah,
But I'm
yeah.
going to give you an answer that relates to both of them. So for the
If sorry, if the because people listen here in UK, if you're a business seller, you actually don't get the second option as well, because according to the law, if you buy something, you have a 14 days to return it, but just the buyer have to pay for it. That's how it works. But you can't have it not accepted return if it's a business. That's the law in UK here.
in
I'm not sure about US.
so I'm actually not 100% sure
I am
about
100. Yeah,
so in
yeah,
terms of what would be the policy on eBay, because
yeah,
I usually set it up for the US, but okay, might be wrong, and you might have to accept returns, and then everything that I'm saying now is going to be a little bit more problematic. Either way, what you do is when let's say that the item arrived broken to your buyer,
yeah,
and, and then the buyer opens a return case on eBay, then because of the settings that we talked about, you're going to be able to provide them with return label.
yeah.
And what you would do with AliExpress is you would immediately contact your buyer and ask them for a proof. So a picture, a video, anything that they can send you that proves that the product is really broken. And then you would refund them, and then you would go back to AliExpress and open a case on AliExpress for the seller that sold you that product on AliExpress. And I never heard of a case that where you didn't get a refund, because what
Okay.
Chinese suppliers
Yeah.
are usually doing is they don't give you a return address; they just refund
They
you the money.
refund you anyway. Yeah, that's right. Because it's not simply have it's worth to send a return label, because the cost of sending the return label to the buyer is actually more expensive than the product itself.
Yeah,
So what you are saying is, when the customer will get the return, you open the return with your supplier, let's say in this case, and then
yeah.
the supplier will
AliExpress,
provide.
you open a return
Yeah,
like a
so,
buyer on AliExpress.
hmm. So that's how the return is going to work with that. And I mean, in that sense, I will say the people who will be doing that kind of things potentially going to have a very cheap products,
Yeah,
maybe less than $10.
up to $30 is the recommendation.
Okay, so up to $30, they will say. So do you think Chinese buyer just refund anyway? Because if the product is over £20 or $30, sorry, 20 between 20 to $30, they still refund it anyway?
If you're able to prove them that, yeah, then I never heard of a case under $30 that was not refunded. But having said that, you're giving here a fair point. If the product is a high ticket product, you
Yeah.
might encounter a supplier that says to you, sure, go ahead, send it back to me. And then you would have to pay for the shipping for the buyer,
Yeah.
because eBay would not allow you to say to the buyer, hey, it's broken. Well,
Yeah,
you have to
that's
charge.
right. So
Yeah.
100% of the time when the buyer will open the return on eBay, I would say they're gonna get their refund. There is no way around it. You send a picture, you send a video, eBay doesn't care about that.
Yeah. That's
Honestly, let's be honest here. They don't care about that. But the problem, my main thing is, when the product is really, really expensive, like let's say 20 to 30 pound, 20 to 30 pound, I would consider it an expensive product. If we have to send, let's say, 5 returns in a day, if it's 20 pound each, you're losing $100 right there,
mhm.
in the terms of return. So it is, because you have to send it back to the buyer. Okay, because I mean, at the end of the day, that's what you sign up for. So you should know at
That's
the
correct.
first place. Yeah. So
You can get away from it. I mean,
yeah, so
it's not
I will say it's a cost of running business, but the risk I want to talk about is actually more as compared to when you're physically, because it's easier to deal with the return when you're physically shipping a product as compared to drop shipping. So I want to do
the risk of having to deal with the operation maybe, but if you think about the financial risk, when you're getting a return of a broken product, when you do wholesale, you lost money on that product. And if you manage to get the money back from your supplier in dropshipping, you didn't
so
lose money.
so the reason I talked about I really make this prominent because of the cheap product. In a cheap product, you're gonna have a less profit margin because the products are cheap at the end of the day. If the products are cheap at the end of the day, you gotta play with the quantity, not with the profit on one particular item, right?
Yeah.
So when you are playing with the quantity, your quantity gonna go up because you need to increase your listing in that business model anyway. I mean, I would say under £20 and under, because in UK the products between £10 to £20 tend to do better. So if you're drop shipping, you're gonna have a less margin anyway. Where I'm gonna be talking about the margin. So you have to improve. We have to list more item to get more sale. You're getting more sales, mean you are getting more returns at the same time. So is there like anything in your software that you can deal with, or for each and every product you have to do manually the returns from your
Yeah.
supplier?
Well, because of the nature of you needing to use your own AliExpress account to open the return, then what we typically have, so specifically for returns, we don't have that system, but what we do in the world of dropshipping or software for dropshipping is we usually use, when everything that happens outside of the software, for example, on the AliExpress website, is happening through a Chrome extension. We have a Chrome extension that helps you with a lot of the processes. So for example, when you process an order, instead of you going on eBay and copy the name of the buyer and then put it in the address on AliExpress on the shipping address, and then taking the address of the buyer and copy that and putting it in the address, you have a button that says copy address, and then when you go on AliExpress, the Chrome extension literally installs on the page a button that says paste address. You click one button and everything is pasted in there. So this is the type of tools that we're building in the industry of eBay dropshipping, and as a software for eBay dropshipping, in order to ease all of these processes, because eventually this is our value as a software company. We provide tools for people who want to dropship. So that's
So
how it would look like.
why would somebody buy AliExpress product from eBay as a,
And
I mean, from a drop shipper?
it's okay. So the answer is what typically dropshippers do is they fight over, not only that they do search engine optimization, but they also fight over price. So what you would do is you remember that product that I showed you in the beginning of the video? We saw a
Yeah.
product on eBay and it was $33 and whatever amount of cents. And then on AliExpress, it was $21. And then I tried to show the calculator that shows that you have a profit margin of $7.28. If I found that seller on eBay and I saw that he has demand for that product, and then I found that product on AliExpress and I calculated the profit and I know that it's $7.28, I can list that same product. Let's say that I even change the title. Let's say that I do a lot of other optimization as well. But just in terms of price, I can reduce the price on eBay by a couple of cents, couple of dollars, whatever. I have $7.28 to play with. Now, it's a bad practice. You might say, I'm sure that your answer is going to be, well, that's a horrible practice because everyone are going to list that same product and cut the price again and again.
Yeah.
But that's also the beauty of dropshipping. You don't care when the product becomes not profitable, you remove it from your store and you continuously do market research to bring more new products that are trending and that are profitable. You don't keep product for a long time. That's part of the business model.
So the thing is, but my question was why a buyer actually don't go to AliExpress at the first place? Why would they stick to eBay? Where, I mean, I as a buyer, if I'm saying something is coming from China and if it's on eBay, I am better off going to Wish, and I'm better off going to AliExpress. Why other people don't do it? Why the buyer don't really buy directly from them?
So the answer for that, I actually did a video where I read a book recently, which is called the Business Startup whatever book, and in there they analyze every business opportunity with different aspects. Like there is a Michael Porter's 5 forces and all kind of um, methods that are being used in business schools in order to evaluate whether a business opportunity is good or not. Um, and one of the answers that I gave there was about whether the market of eBay worth it when you have competitors like the market of Amazon buyers, because the market of Amazon buyers is so much bigger than you, as you said, 40 times bigger. And what I've done in order to do the research for that, and I can't do it now, this is why I'm giving the background story, is I went on I did some searches on Google, and I tried to understand what is the difference between the people that buy on eBay and the people that buy on Amazon.
Yeah.
What characterizes them other than knowing and trusting the brand of eBay, which we all understand, otherwise they wouldn't buy there. And what you find out is that the segment of online buyers that are buying on eBay and are not buying on Amazon happens to be people that are a little bit older. So their age is a little bit older age than the average Amazon buyer.
Mm.
They come from specific areas. Let's say it was in the United States, so they come from more specific areas in the United States and not from other areas in the United States. So there are all kind of things that characterize them. And what I'm trying to say here is that as long as there are enough people in the world that are willing to purchase a product online, but that are the demographics of people that buy on eBay and probably are just not familiar. They just don't know that AliExpress exists. They're not me or you.
Yeah.
We are not the average eBay buyer. We just don't fit the characteristics of the average eBay buyer. So as long as those people exist, we can serve them if we know how to, if we can reach them.
So in that case, as a businessman, then where are your business ethics?
Why is that not ethical? What's not ethical about it? What you need to
I
tell them?
if we're particularly talking about old people and that product can be found cheaper, a lot cheaper, and we're not talking about the minor difference here, because you have to pay PayPal fee, you have to pay eBay fee, you have to pay shipping charges, all the customs and everything. Like for example, the product of the watch that you talked about was £21 and was being sold for $21 and being sold for 33. I
Mhm.
don't I don't think so. You wanna or I want my mom or grandmom to spend $16 extra
Mhm.
just for the sake of that. I mean, do you know that the the companies like Apple, companies like Samsung, whenever they have a scandal about they're using like a child labor inside the China, or I mean, they focus a lot about keeping the ethical side of the business really good. So in the terms of recycling and environmental things and everything, when you're drop shipping, I don't care you're small or big or you are whatever religion you believe in, at the end of the day you're a human being. Then what are your business ethics? Is this business is really ethical?
Well, you can ask the same question about a lot of actual brands that are out there that are selling products that supposedly have nothing better in them than products that you could source for much cheaper, but have a brand name on them, and therefore they're selling it for a higher price. So the
Okay,
perceived brand of the product, let's say Nike, in comparison to whatever super high quality cheap Chinese produce.
so
So you
let's
could
talk about Nike. You talked about Nike. I tell you why it is ethical, and I completely understand it is ethical. I talk about it is ethical because the Nike didn't become Nike in one day. Nike worked so hard. Nike wasn't built by someone. It was probably built by their grandfather or great grandfather or something like that. And there is a generation and generation of work that went into it as well. And people understand that, and that really justify the ethical side of business and paying for something extra, because and then those brands are really, really big. People feel proud to wear that kind of things. Nobody cared about cheap junk from China at the end of the day. So we have to, as a human, we have to sit down and think, where are my seller ethics at the end of the day?
Okay, but what about products that would never exist on the eBay catalog if they would not be dropshipped from AliExpress? Wouldn't count that as a value?
Well,
Wouldn't you
then
count
tell,
it as a value?
yeah. So that is a value, but rather than then you have to be, if you are drop shipping from AliExpress, if I'm a businessman, I will actually really, really declare inside the listing that this product is being drop shipped from AliExpress. You're not going to get any business. I know that. But in the business kind of things, I would really be obliged to declare that.
Well, I don't think that eBay would allow it.
eBay doesn't allow drop shipping from one platform to another platform at the first place. So the way you're going to justify drop shipping, because eBay allow the order fulfillment from another, so that's the people how actually justify that. But
Yeah.
again, I said, I mean, how you actually say it's ethical? I didn't really get the answer.
I'm not trying to say that it's ethical.
It is not.
Not every business in the world is ethical.
Yeah, but if I'm starting out a business, I, at least as a human being, I don't want my grandfather to buy something expensive. Then I don't really think, because I mean
But
I can argue, I can
not
somebody.
wants that product, but if that product would not appear in the catalog of eBay and he is not familiar with AliExpress, he would never be able to reach that product.
Then
It would not
educate him.
be his universe.
Then educate him on the base. Okay, this product really exists in AliExpress, and you can go and buy from there.
What do you mean? Who? Then eBay should educate him that there are products on AliExpress. Why me as a dropshipper?
Well, me as a dropshipper, why would I go and sell that product at the first place where I know people can buy cheaper? There are many other products to sell then.
But they don't know that that product exists anywhere else. I mean, theoretically speaking, yes, but you're again talking about the scenario of a perfect economic system. The system is not perfect.
I'm talking about me as a person.
Okay.
How it is ethical for me to dropship.
Well, first, I can't promise you that it's the most ethical business model. But if you want to look for ethical aspects of it, then you are able to both introduce new products that never existed before on the eBay catalog to the eBay buyers, to the audience, to the segment of buyers online that are buying on eBay. That's one thing. And second thing, you're able, while there are other products on eBay, you're able to, if you find a cheaper supplier on AliExpress, then you're able to fight over the price and reduce the price of the eBay platform.
So, okay, again, the thing is, when you're drop shipping, you have a factory, number one. Then you have your drop shipping supplier, number two. Then you have your drop shipping seller, whoever is listing with Amazon, and then you have a buyer. So you have a one extra step inside who is taking a lot of profit from the middle, and that man is not ethical. What I talk about. So I mean, everybody have to eat. I understand that. So even you can argue, okay, well, why don't the people really buy directly from the factory at the first place? I mean, I can't go rather than you buy something from me because I buy from China and sell it here in UK. You can go directly and buy from China. You can make that point. But my point here is, of course, the chain of the word done like that. So the businesses make profit from other business. Drop shipping, it doesn't really fit anywhere. I mean, that is something that we don't really need it, I would say. I mean, businesses can go without drop shippers. So I don't really see any ethical position of being drop shipper, because in the terms of,
only
because
the increase of the size of the eBay catalog. This is your biggest. This is the
yeah.
only ethical thing I can think of.
So well, that's the value to the eBay. That's not the value for the customer.
Why
Because
not? The customer is not buying from AliExpress. Let's say a customer. Okay, let's say you talked about grandfathers and grandmothers, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of older people learning how to use a new platform is very scary. and they will be willing to pay more to the platform that they are familiar with, just to feel better. I mean, it's consumerism. What is the end goal? A lot of times it's just to feel better. So they would agree to pay more for the
Well,
service that was done for them, of making it more comfortable for them to buy it on the platform that they are familiar with.
but I would say that grandmother and grandfather will be more comfortable knowing and paying if the product is really advertised as a drop shipping product. They know, and I will say most of the grandmother and grandfather will actually pay for it, still pay for it, I will
Yeah,
say, because
yeah.
they will know. Because if they have to go and buy from AliExpress, they have to learn how to buy from AliExpress. This is something they don't know, so they see the value here, and then they will pay for that particular services.
So
That's the
I can tell you that if I would want, like, I have the power because I'm CEO of a software company that has thousands of drop shippers using it, right? I
hmm.
could, within a couple of codes of lines of code and a decision making, I could write on all of the products on eBay that are drop shipped using our software, that they are drop shipped, and that would make it more ethical. But you know what my problem would be?
Yeah, you won't get any business.
I would have zero customers within
Yeah,
24 hours.
that's the thing. So anyway, look, man, I'm not talking about your and my ethics at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I'm not angel. I am probably the most sinful person in the world.
Mhm.
But I'm trying to understand.
I'm
Huh?
joking. Go ahead.
So what I'm trying to talk about, if you need to scale the business, if you need to build a brand about it, then I will rather stay away from something which is not ethical. But anyway, it's a money, and money is the most devil at its first place. You can't really justify that much. I mean, I completely understand your point, and at some aspect of it, I will actually agree. But I would like to see a world where it's actually advertised that it is a drop shipping product, and then I will be okay with drop shipping, I will say. But again, nobody gonna do that, and no business model gonna work like this. So we talked about the shipping. It takes very long. I think we did talked about it. And the customer, what kind of products then you would recommend to the people when they will buy from China and drop ship the product from China? Because if I need I don't know, my phone cable, I'm not gonna wait a month. So yesterday I watched your video. I done a lot of research on you actually since you approached me last month, and I watched many of your video. I visited your software. I read you as a person. I tell you before ahead. I mean, I made a profile of you in my mind and take my notes and everything on the
Mhm.
books. I mean, so you made a video. I think it was launched yesterday, where you give an example of a hat. I think the video was yesterday, yes, where you give an example of a hat being sold in
Was it me
US.
talking or Enrique,
It's
our
on
you?
was on a DSM tool on the YouTube.
Right, but
Where,
there is me and there is, I'm not the only content creator in the company. There is also Enrique. Never mind. Okay, so there was a hat.
next time, bring all of them together, so actually we can talk all to all of them. Really, I mean, I don't know if they're gonna like me or not, but that's not the point. At the end of anyway, so in that video there was a hat. If you're not familiar with that video, and that hat was particularly for winter. And for the winter it was I would say, because the winter is not in US yet, or winter is not in the UK yet, so
Hmm.
people are happy to wait 30 to 40 days. So
Hmm.
keeping that in mind, what kind of product would you suggest people if they want to drop ship anyway?
So I think that for people, when we say for people, then I'm going to refer to beginners, because
Yeah,
there is a difference between the product that you would allow yourself to take a risk with as a beginner and not as a beginner.
you
And
you you referred to them as a beginner. I referred to them as a lazy people who don't want to learn anything.
all right, fair
I'm
enough.
so I'm sorry, but that's the way I look at it. Again, I said, if I'm debating someone, I have to be like, I need to speak my mind in that. So yeah, to according to you, the beginner, to me, the people who want to make money fast and don't want to learn anything. So go ahead.
That's not what I mean. I mean people that didn't gain experience and didn't make their 100th sale. That's what I refer to as beginner.
Okay.
Up to the first 100 sales. Then when you do that, then there are rules in e-commerce and in selling products in general that apply no matter if you do dropshipping or not, which is to follow demand, to follow seasons that happens, like you mentioned winter. But seasonal, by the way, when we talk about seasonal products, we don't only
Yeah.
refer to the
Yeah.
seasons outside. We
It-
also refer to, for example, the season of fidget spinners was
yeah.
2017, right?
And
So
even the Christmas, Hanukkah, all go those.
no, no, not just
Like,
holidays. I'm talking
yeah.
also about products that just trend for a while and then
Yeah.
stop.
And then go down.
Yeah,
Hmm.
this is also seasonal. It's not. There
Yeah.
are seasonal products and evergreen products. Evergreen products are products that you expect to be sold all year long and that are not that their demand doesn't decline or go. It's not like a
Yeah.
trend that it goes up and down.
It's
It's a fairly
consistent.
steady. Yeah.
Hmm.
So these are rules that apply to e-commerce. You can't get away from them just because you do dropshipping. But when you don't have a lot of experience with, like we talked about the return process, right? And you heard that the return process, there is still something about it that is a little bit complicated. To It's not very complicated, but like it's a little bit overwhelming if on your first month you get suddenly 10 returns because you made your first 10 sales and you get 10 returns. So what I would suggest people that are just getting started and are only gaining their first sales and experience in e-commerce in general and chose the dropshipping model, what I would usually recommend them is to stick to products that by profile has less chance of gaining a lot of returns. So for example, avoid electronics and prefer over them home products, pillows and whatever it is that you could sell that has just by definition, by structure, has less chance to generate returns. The second thing that I would recommend would be to, as we talked about, to avoid selling high ticket products, especially in the beginning, especially without being able to order that item and inspect it and understand, and understand that you really want to take the risk by selling this product, because then you might end up with big financial damages because you get suddenly returns or cases happens or whatever and you have to refund the buyers or you anything like that. And the third type of product that I would avoid trying to sell is branded products, because there is a program on eBay called Vero, which is when you
Yeah.
violate the rights of the copyright of images, brand names, anything like that you're not allowed to sell, then you can lose your account if you violate Vero. We actually have in the software protection that if you try to list a brand that is in the Vero list, it immediately gets blocked. You physically can't list it even if you want with the
Yeah.
software.
Hmm.
And But not only that would be one thing. But the other type are products that are less branded, but that are still copycats. So, for example, on AliExpress you can find a lot of Nintendo games that are fake Nintendo games that are meant. They supposedly maybe work, maybe not. You never know. So all kind of like things that are brands that are, let's say, brands from the 90s or 80s that now counts as retro, so nobody would sue you for violating copyrights because it's just too old of a
Yeah,
product.
it's too
But
old.
all of
Okay.
the supplements are being sold and they're all fakes.
So I would say if we talk about any product, a person like who is established seller, let's talk about myself. I've been selling about for 8 years now, and because this is my full-time job, so call me an established seller.
Mhm.
I would say I have the capacity and ability to buy something from China in bulk, bring it over to the UK, and cut the price and compete with the dropshipper at the same time and provide more value in the terms of shipping product faster to the customer. How would you deal with a seller like me then?
That's very easy. What is important to understand when you decide to dropship on eBay is that one of the mechanisms that make it even possible to sell on eBay is the fact that um, the way that search engines work, by the way, not just the eBay search engines in general, the way that they work is that when you look for a keyword, let's say a hat, right? We talked about a hat. So when you look for a winter hat, 80 or 90, when you look for a winter hat and you get the search results, and you're thinking, oh, here are the search results, you're thinking about it the wrong way. Because the way that search engines work is not by a single use case, but according to a statistic of multiple cases. So let's,
Yeah.
instead of say that let one person is looking for a winter hat, let's look at 100 people that are looking for a winter hat. So what happens with the search engine is that the search engine in 80 or 90% of the times will show your product first in the search result in
Yeah.
comparison to me as a competitor. And I
Mm.
would maybe win sometimes zero if I really not competitive, sometimes 5%, sometimes 10%, sometimes 20% of the traffic. My goal as a dropshipper is to try to always find opportunities to, even in a competitive scenario where I can get only 5 or 10% of the traffic, then this is the traffic that I'm living on. So you're right. As a wholesale, this is what I'm saying. Do wholesale as well. I mean, grow into wholesale. You're going to make a lot more money. You're going to be far more competitive. You're going to get far more sales. That's definitely the path to go. But
And you're
if
going to
you
learn more as well. And
you will
you
learn
can be
more,
able to scale it.
exactly, no doubt there. But just because of the way that search engine works, this is part, by the way, what we talked about before. Learning search engine optimization is not just learning how to change the titles, is understanding how search engines work. What is the mechanism behind it? So because the traffic is spread among sellers, all you have to do is find the spots. If you will then land, if I was selling that product before and I got 20% of the sales because of the level
I,
of competition.
are we still talking about the beginner people right here when we talk about the search engine optimization? Because those people wouldn't really understand that. So that's my really point.
We're talking
When
about
we
people that want to
when
grow.
when we when we're talking about the deep and the analysis of the search engine optimization and how the algorithm work, I don't think so. A new to person who is to eBay dropshipping actually know that. So chances of him being successful as a dropshipper are slim right there. I mean, that's my point.
At some point, you have to learn it if you want to grow.
So then why not learn the right way from the first place? Why would you go into dropshipping, which have many business flaws? At some point, you have to learn anyway. Then start the right way. That's my point.
Okay, but we gave a couple of examples already. We talked about people that might have to take a loan, and that would be their alternative. And we said that loans might be a far worse idea. We talked about people that prefer to take step by step and not to jump all the way into and ease their learning. Yeah, you might call them lazy. I say they have potential to become less lazy. And there are also
Yeah,
lazy people. And you would
yeah,
be surprised. A lot of lazy people are interested to
yeah, yeah.
understand how search
I
engine works.
know. Because I mean, all the people are lazy. I mean, including myself. We are looking for easiest way to make money, but at some point of the age, it you'd realize that okay, well, that's not the how it works, and I don't want anybody to realize when it's too late. Where I give an example about the credit cards and all that stuff. Like I say, it's not really. I wouldn't advise any 18, 19, 20-year old kid to have a credit card because chances of them making a financial decision at that age are really bad.
Mhm.
So later in the life when you have to apply for the mortgages and everything, then you're going to hurt yourself. So what I was trying to say is like, if you looking to be a e-commerce seller, then because you have to go step by step and learn all the process, then why not take all the step which according to me are right, but according to you there is another way as well. So that is something honestly I'm never able to understand. It's difficult for me,
I
from
think
many
that
point of view.
I think that you're ignoring the option of like, it's like saying, why, I don't know, why not learning already from the beginning a Mozart piece on the piano and learning the easy pieces. For some people that might be the better way.
Yeah. So
Might
that's
be me and you, but there are people that might fit them.
yeah, it might fit them, but the thing is, at the end of the day, we have to see it fits them or doesn't fit them, what's right or wrong for them, and how they can scale it, what is a potential for them to scale that business. So in the terms of drop shipping, I don't see many potential in scaling, building your brand, building. I don't see anything. I mean, because I don't see anything, I can't even talk about it.
Well,
And
what is the time of dropshipping? What if
what
it's
is
the first 3 months of your business life and then you start growing into different directions? How long does it have to be? 5 years of your life?
why you want to start from there at the first place? That's the question
You just
I'm
gave them.
trying to ask
You
you.
said there are people that would fit them more.
The Because when we look at the pros and cons, I don't really see any reason, because you have to invest money on the both side of it, because even you're drop shipping, you're gonna need to buy tools, you're gonna need to buy softwares. If you want to do manually,
How
even
much
if
money
okay,
do you need in order to buy an inventory? The first inventory that you buy from China and ship it to the UK and store it,
yeah,
all of that. What is the
about five.
amount that you would recommend for people to have?
Well, people can start from little as £500. People don't really need to invest. There are many other ways to source as well. If the people are looking from other side of it, people can go to local charity shop. They can go to car boot sales. They can buy the second-hand items from there and sell it on eBay, where they will
And
know more about how to post the item, how to pack the item. They will learn what actually sells at the same time, and then those lazy people actually get up from their chairs and go to some car
fine,
boot sale, and then yeah,
$25. That's the basic. You know what? You even get a week for free first. You know what? DSM Tool has a free
uh,
forever plan. You don't
that,
have to.
that there is nothing free. We talked about it. I mean, me and
Okay, of
you are
course
not
not,
talking
because
about
we
free.
try. But
There
there's
is
also
some kind of
nothing
gains
free in
always.
the alternative. So let's not talk about free. Let's say only the paid. Let's say regardless, there is no free plan at all. Okay, you start from day one. You pay to DSM Tool. It's still $25 a month.
Yeah, but
It's
when somebody with a new eBay and
5%
PayPal account,
from the amount that you recommended.
when you
95
gonna
cents.
when you're gonna have the new eBay and PayPal account, in order for you to place the order with your supplier, you're gonna have to come up with some kind of capital. And I
Right.
say,
But it's working capital. It's different than
well, even
you
no, no, no.
put the money
Even
into
on the other side, it's a working capital as well. I don't know why you're only using the word working capital when it comes to drop shipping. But if you're buying something from China, doesn't necessarily it won't sell it on eBay. But I have many products which didn't do good on eBay. I have another ways of selling them, probably as a job lot or stuff like that, over to many other marketplaces as well. So this is
But that's
working
only
capital
if you
as
would
well.
sell it. What if it doesn't sell?
It doesn't sell. If it doesn't sell, then again it comes down to your own skills. I come across many products which doesn't sell, but not just on eBay. It doesn't sell on eBay. It doesn't sell on Amazon. But I sell mobile phone and accessories, and I sell second-hand mobile. We import them from China,
Mhm.
and we import them from US. So if I'm talking about something which doesn't sell, then because I build my e-commerce business from a physical high street shop, I know many people who still own the physical shop. I can
Mhm.
cut my stock right there as well. So when I'm buying something from China, all of that I'm not buying for e-commerce. I
Yeah,
actually
but
do
not
local.
everyone that starts an e-commerce business are in your position. And
Well,
people are afraid.
I wasn't in my position
Afraid
as
to put
well.
those $500 and get stuck with inventory. When you're talking about you have to put the same $500 into dropshipping, and I'm saying yes, but that's after you already made a sale. You already made profit.
But from the beginning, chances of you being successful in drop shipping when it comes to selling a product, and chances of you buying a physical product and shipping by yourself are exactly the same. It all comes down to how you research your market. You
No,
have a less.
I'll say that if you source the products in wholesale, your chances to make sales are even higher because you have more control.
Exactly. You have more
Okay,
control over the price as well.
but the higher the risk, the higher the gain. You take a higher risk, and therefore you
Yeah.
can gain more. That's just simple economics.
And then on the other side of it, when you talk about the drop shipping, then I would say, you have to agree me on this one. You have to say, well, the chance, the potential of someone learning and knowing more about e-commerce is more when you are physically shipping the product, and chances are less in a drop shipping of learning.
No doubt. I agree with you.
Okay, well, that's really is. Okay,
I still think that
so
the first at least 3 months of your business are very legitimate being a dropshipping business. At
okay,
least.
well, you there is the question that you left there. I don't know, you didn't. What is the difference between the drop shipping, eBay, Shopify, and Amazon FBA? So,
That's
but
exactly.
okay, let me just talk about specifically drop shipping on Amazon, Shopify, and eBay, because I sell on those three platforms. So let's see what you have to say about that.
Well, I'll short it because we just talked. I'll give you the shortest answer. It's
Yeah,
a matter of risk versus gain. Amazon FBA and Shopify offers a very, very high gain, high return on investment opportunity in
yeah.
comparison to eBay dropshipping. You just can't compare the amount of money that you can potentially make by building your own brand on Amazon or on Shopify. A lot of people that do FBA also do private labeling and then they build
So,
their own.
so what about those kids on the YouTube who say I made this is much? I mean, they just talk about they are there for the views.
Well, doesn't YouTube pay for views?
Of course, it's paying me and you as well.
Of
That's
course.
why we are having this discussion.
Yeah, of
Do you
course.
think? Do you think I would have this discussion with you if I wasn't getting paid by YouTube?
Yeah.
I
So
I
this is why
would.
they're there.
I wouldn't spend 2 hours with you. I mean, there is a gain always. So again, I said, uh, we was talking about
But
again coming off the topic a little bit. I said, what is the difference between drop shipping on eBay, Shopify,
I
and
started
Amazon
by
FBA?
saying, so I started by talking about the higher gain that you can make, the higher return on investment that you have in potential. But because it's in potential, that means that you also have higher risk when you're starting a Shopify business or an Amazon FBA business, because you have to do the wholesaling, because you have to do to pay to advertising, and therefore, look, I believe that at least with that you can agree with me that technically speaking, the risk, the actual risk of starting an eBay dropshipping business, even in terms of working capital, what we talked about, of putting the money in order to pay for the inventory that you already sold, effectively, economically speaking, the risk is lower.
So I will define that risk in this way. Okay, uh, there is a high chance if I go and buy something from local shop now, I might have accident in a way, right?
Mhm.
So but if I want to go to local market and when I want to buy a milk, I need to get up, I need to do that, so there is a risk in everything always. But again, I said, and you said that as well, the bigger the risk, the bigger the profit is. So
Potential profit.
what I will say, yeah, the potential profit is the right word. So uh, man, it all comes down to people. It all comes down to people. we can
Exactly.
we can we can have 3 to 4 and 5 hour debates as well right there, and we can take I mean long time explaining dropshipping is the best or dropshipping is not the best. But the people will make up their mind based on what they think about one particular thing, and that's it. But the thing is that what I like to see more, I would like to see more option for the people to see the other side of story as well. So that's why I am having you over, because
Yeah.
even in the beginning you can see on the YouTube comments right there the kind of audience I have, and I told you over to the Instagram as well. I said, look, the kind of audience I have, they're not really interested in drop shipping, but I'm having you over because I feel bad just sitting here as a one man army and grinding all those gurus and people who sell. I mean, I wanna know other side of story. I might be wrong, I might be wrong. So that's the thing. Let me just go through the comments and see if the people have any kind of comments about that, because it's been nearly 2 hours now.
Yeah.
So Zan, have you ordered from AliExpress, China brand Alibaba DH Gate to the UK by e-packet? It's not anywhere near 30 to 40 days, 7 to 15 days. Man, 7 to 15 days are still a lot of days if you compare them to Amazon Prime and stuff like that. People don't even wait for next day delivery. They talk about getting product delivered same day as well. And do you know the things that they're doing with the Uber Eats and Deliveroo nowadays in UK now? So what we are having in UK, a lot of local stores are joining Deliveroo and Uber and using them as a logistics to deliver their order within hours.
Yeah, it
So
exists here too in Israel.
yeah, so the people don't really 7 to 15 days. I mean, nobody. I don't know what he was
Yeah,
saying
someone
here.
agreed with me. That's another point for me.
No, it's look, it's not about who
I'm
win the
sure.
debate or who win the discussion. Uh, I lost. I will say here. Look, if it's a debate about winning and losing, I'm a loser. Call me a loser then. If it's
By the
that,
way, by
because
definition, debates don't have winner or loser, I
yeah.
think.
So if you are actually if you're doing a debate and the based of winning it, then there is no purpose of doing a debate as well. If I do a debate with somebody, and I've been doing it from the college, from the school time actually now. So if you are doing it for the sake of winning and losing, then there is no point of having a debate with anybody. Okay, let me see if there is a question about particularly drop shipping. If somebody have a question, just ask me in the chat. Otherwise, I will uh, let you give the closing remarks, and we will shut this thing down because don't want to really bore people for so long.
It's okay. It's almost 2 hours. Fair enough.
I normally do the session about 2 hours as well, but doing a session with somebody is actually easy as compared to talking all the time by yourself. Because
Yeah, makes
normally at this time I will start to have a headache if I'm talking all by myself. But if I have
sense.
somebody with me, it's easier for me to kind of take a break, drink the water in between and stuff like that. Drop shipping. If you see any question about drop shipping, you can just pull it up. I mean,
Now, where
I
can I
think
see the chat? Ah, here, comments. Oh, I didn't see that we had comments all this time.
yeah. So here is something interesting. It's saying I do both. I drop ships and sell collectible. And I will say if you're new, if you're doing a both, I mean that's the really way to kind of taking less risk on the one side and then learning the things on the other side as well.
Yeah, I mean, Chuck, maybe you can share with us, like, how does it work for you? What is being more profitable? What is the downside of each one of the options? I think he's just using
Okay.
two business models.
So Adam P have a question. He said, what do you enter as a shipping time on eBay for drop shipped item?
So I'll say that if you want to set up completely the business policies, that you can go to blog.dsmtool.com and look for the article that is called, we have a complete guide, and I go through every piece of setting that you need to set up. We also have it in the DSM Tool Help Center. But when you set up the way that you define the shipping time on eBay for drop shipped items is by setting up something that is called business policies, and more specifically the shipping policy within the business policies. Business policies is just a feature, and in there so it's a little bit complicated to explain it here without showing it, because but generally speaking, what you would do is you would define standard shipping from China, or you can even define e-packet on eBay. There is an option on eBay to set e-packet as the shipping method that you're going to use for your product. And nothing less important that you should know about eBay in general is that not only the shipping time matters for you as a seller, but you as a seller are going to be measured also by something that is called handling time. And when it comes to drop shipping,
Yeah.
so handling time is how much time does it take you to process the order. So from the moment that you made a sale until you update the tracking number, and when you update the tracking number, eBay assumes that you packed the package and shipped it. So therefore, handling time. And typically for drop shipping, you set between 3 to 4 handling time 3 to 4 days, depending mostly on you as a seller. The more days that you put, the less competitive you become, the less traffic that you're going to get from the eBay search engine. And the way that that you deal with it in dropshipping is that you you get the sale, then you go to AliExpress, you process the order, so you buy it on AliExpress, and about a day later you get an email with the tracking number. And again, with the Chrome extension of DSM tool, within a click of a button, you take all of that information from for that order, and DSM tool automatically updates it on eBay, and also sends a message to your buyer, and a lot of stuff that I didn't mention today.
And by the way, because now we're going to talk about two laws, I just wanted to make it clear here.
Sure.
I am no way like any shape or form I will say sponsored by you guys, and I literally said that to you. Look, I don't want any affiliate link from you. I don't want any kind of commission or anything, because I'm having a debate and I'm going to keep it unbiased. If you have to pay me, then I have to say intentionally good words about you. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
of course.
And I haven't really used the software, so anything. I left the channel description inside as well, the
Mhm.
channel link inside the description as well. So all those things are there. Answer to Adam P question. If I will make it short, I will say, man, don't drop ship, do something else. So that's my answer.
I would say
Take the
drop.
next one.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
So LJ, the next one is that. And that negotiated with AliExpress store, you can even them only sell the item as you exclusive to you that can sell that from. Well, they're gonna.
Yeah, what he's
Is
talking
is
about
is there
so,
something like you can be only exclusive to drop
so
shipping? Like,
there is a new concept in the world of dropshipping that is also called wholesale dropshipping.
yeah,
From China, it's being done by agents. In the US and the UK, it's being done by contacting wholesale suppliers that are willing to ship products in the dropshipping model. And what happens there is that you directly contact your suppliers, and then you get from them their catalog of products and a price that is lower than the retail price. And you work directly with them. You pay them directly, sometimes outside of the platform of AliExpress, or if it's wholesale in the UK, then directly to them, somehow deposit, whatever. And then you're not exclusive with them, but you do get it for a cheaper price than the price on AliExpress. Yes, you can negotiate the price with the supplier directly, if that's what the comment
yeah.
refers to.
To negotiate the price, you might have to increase the quantity and everything, and then again, if somebody with on a less budget might not be. Okay, so next go. How does a dropshipper compete against the wholesaler in the eBay and the same product? They simply can't. That my answer is dropshipper
They
can't
don't.
compete with the wholesaler. They can't do that. And the reason for that is because if I'm buying something from China, I always, when the people ask me this question, I always give them an example of boiling egg, and I'm gonna try to relate that to this answer. If you boil one egg or you boil five egg, it's gonna take you same time. If the factory from China have to ship 5, 10, or 15 or 100 order, the amount of and the time and logistics are involved in that are actually same. So when somebody is buying in a bulk, they are able to offer the less price. uh, I mean, it's simply you buy more, you get the less price. It's very difficult to compete with the wholesaler as a drop shipper. But I will see what I have learned today. You might not be pricing will not be your only option. You might be able to provide more value. I don't know. You can write a better title, take a better picture. There are
It
many. I mean, you
depends.
will have a better answer, but not me. I'm not the
Not
right
all of
person.
the products on the eBay catalog are sourced by wholesale. Think about a product that was just released in China. It will probably get faster to AliExpress than it would get on to a warehouse in the UK or in the US. So there is a time frame where you can dropship that item, and you would not compete with wholesale suppliers that have
That
sourced the product.
that really comes down to how your connection and how better you understand the logistics. if you ask me something, it will literally take me 10 days to manufacture and ship any product to UK, and I can done that in a matter of days. So again, it comes down to what you're dealing with. But
10 days is
okay,
a lot of time when you don't own an inventory and you can change it whenever you want.
yes. So that's I said when the product will arrive in UK, then I can offer a cheaper price. But in those 10 days, the people who will be directly buying from a dropshipper will make their money already, and I agree with it.
Yeah.
For someone who want to start drop shipping, what price range of single product would you recommend? Someone who want to start drop shipping. So I will say, well, don't start it, and you will give the answer which will have some kind of value to the people.
Yeah, I would say not above $30. And I would also say not below $10, because below $10 it's a little bit harder to find. So when we talk about dropshipping, usually we talk about two types of products. We talk about traffic generators, which are products that you put on your store and you don't really care if they're profitable or not. You don't mind selling them in break even. And the reason that you do that is because you want to generate sales. Because the more sales you generate, the more chance you get positive feedback. The more positive feedback you get, in general, your store is will get more traffic from eBay. And
Yeah.
these can be also products below $10. But if you want to make profits, which is eventually what we're here for, then you would probably want to consider dropshipping products on the range between $10 to $30, where you can find enough profit margin. So the profit margin is in percentage. So 20% profit margin, for example, would be at least $2. And these products would count as profit makers, because with the traffic generators, you generated a lot of traffic to your store, and with the profit makers, you made the actual profits that would make your business profitable.
Yeah. So, man,
2
honestly,
hours,
thank
exactly.
I can't thank you enough. That's my 2 hour. I would definitely. You are most welcome to come over anytime you want. And this is the last question we're gonna take, and I will only let you answer because my answer about drop shipping is not gonna something that you're gonna like it. So yeah. So again, I said, should I contact my supplier that I want to drop ship their item? And then
Uh,
sorry, 1 minute. Let's take this one at the same
yeah.
time. How does your tool handle? Because I want you to talk particularly your tools at the end. So this is the question which is relevant. How does your tool handle out of stock with a drop shipping wholesaler? So these are two questions. If you answer them, would be great.
Sure. So in terms of how does the tool work, so I actually didn't mention that this is the heart of the software that we've built was not only the automation stuff that I talked about, but most importantly, the sync and scanner system. So what it does is that if you have, let's say that you take from AliExpress now 100 products and you add them to your store, to your eBay store, the products might go out of stock at some point. The price might change. You don't have control over that, as you do have when you own the inventory. So what our software does is that it continuously check the price and the stock level on AliExpress and syncs it to your eBay store, and that's how it handles it. And you don't need to do anything yourself. Everything happens automatically. It would set it out of stock if it goes out of stock on AliExpress. It would adjust the price according to your profit level if the price changes. Same for, by the way, it works with 50 different websites, not only AliExpress. So that's about that. And about should you contact your supplier? You could contact your supplier, but you don't have to. When you start dropshipping, if you do it from AliExpress, you just go on AliExpress. We have a button from the Chrome extension. You click on it. After you change, you do optimization. But let's say if you don't want to do optimization, after 10 seconds, the product is in your eBay store. But if you do want to do some optimization, then after 2 minutes, 3-4 minutes, the product is in your eBay store. You don't need to contact anyone. If you do contact them, maybe you will manage to reduce the price.
And last question for you. What is the price for your software? I know there is a free trial, but what is the actual price when you go to the paid kind of thing?
Sure. So it's a free trial, and we have it's called free forever plan, but it's limited, obviously, because we want people to upgrade their plan. We're a business. We're a for-profit business, and it starts at $25 a month. That's the basic plan.
And is there any kind of limitation, like how many stock you can manage, like how
Yeah,
you
and
can
so
hook
it's
up?
limited by two. The main differentiations between the plans are, one is the features that you can use. So, for example, there is also a business account which is $100 a month, and it will have um, other features. I don't want to go over the features right now, but features like an auto order system and all kind of features that exist only for these. Not the most relevant features if you're just getting started. You will not be
Hmm.
even offered this plan. But as I said, and there is also an annual plan, so you can reduce the price if you want by purchasing an annual plan, and it would be, instead of $25 a month, it would be only $20 a month.
Is there anything like how? Because look, I mean, I don't know about dropshipping tools, so my question might not be technical. I'm
Mhm.
very dumb in that kind of things.
Sure.
So how your software, like why people would buy your software as compared to other software? I believe there are many out there.
Well, it is a quite a competitive industry, the industry of software for dropshipping, not only for eBay, by the way, for all types of dropshipping.
Yeah.
I think that we're famous for having the best user experience in our platform. Other than the fact that it gives features that are very very unique and you won't find in a lot of other software, I think that the biggest player is the user experience and how easy it is to use it.
Which is really big. I mean, for the people who don't know, I'm live with using a StreamYard, and there is another way you can use a OBS, but
Yeah,
it have a lot of learning curve to it. But with the StreamYard, just do one click and here, and that's a easy way. And
it's kind of,
user friendly is a really really big thing. And the biggest brand, if you talk about Amazon, you talk about not eBay much, but if you talk about Amazon, you talk about Google, and the thing about you have to see how simple and down to like kind of simple to understand the way Apple works. I mean, if you talk about Apple, they only focus on simplicity, doing the stuff better than anybody else, which matters to the consumer at the end of the day. So, now Apple are launching about making widgets. If you're familiar with iOS, but widgets been existed on Android from a long time. So yeah, user friendly is.
Apple too.
I'm sorry.
They just did widgets for Apple too.
Yeah, they did the widgets for Apple too, but the
Oh,
experience of doing the widgets on iOS, it's outstanding. So it makes
obvious.
sense for them to do less things and
Hmm.
then only focus on the things which, I mean, making a widgets. I don't think so. Average person really want to make a widgets in their phone. I'm not sure. Look, because if you are like really into your thing, then you want to make a widgets. But now Apple have done widgets in the way that Android should have done from a first place. So that's the kind. So simplicity is really, really good thing. I mean, it being a user friendly. Man, thank you so much,
Yeah, I see that there are more questions, so maybe we'll do another live together. Maybe I'll
man.
fix the camera by then.
Any time you. I do only live on Saturday 7 p.m.
Hmm.
So when I'm always like this is my fix. Sunday, sorry, I said Saturday. Sunday 7 p.m.
Hmm.
So this is my fixed one. And other than that, I don't really do live over to the YouTube because long session, the people who are watching now, they're only gonna watch now.
Hmm.
After that, it's just gonna die. Nobody gonna watch it anyway.
Yeah, of course.
So there is no point for me to just speak to a wall every single day. You know what I mean? So I just Sunday 7 p.m. So any question, we will for next one. This was a debate, so might be if we do question and answer session, we can arrange another time. That
Perfect.
would be really really great for me and great for you guys as well. Man, thank you so much. I'm just gonna end the live thing. So if you wanna stick in the thing, we can still talk. No problem.